So now that I've provided all the mandatory and required information in step 1, I can save and go on to step 2. Now it's in step 2 where you can really enhance the characteristics of your media listing. And really this is about providing more information on market characteristics and specific target audience demographics. We at Smorgasm are of the belief that the more information you can provide a prospective buyer, the more likely they are, first of all, to find you in their search, and second of all, to trust in your media because they know that you understand your customer and who your media is reaching. And that gives them greater confidence to make a purchase. So even though you can skip by this step by clicking the blue button here, we advise that you don't and you take the time to fill out as much information as is possible about your media and your business in this area. First thing we have the option to do is provide target information on occupation and behaviors and lifestyles. Now, because I'm in an urban area with my pizza operation, I believe that I'm getting occupations and behaviors and lifestyles from all walks of life. So I'm not going to really narrow down who my customer is in this area because I believe it's pretty diverse. I also think that moving on to target audience demographics here, that my customer is both male and female and pretty even split. So I'm not going to say it's either male or female. In terms of age brackets, now here's where I can start making some narrowing down. I'm in an urban area, I'm in an affluent area, and it's not really an area suited to raising families. So I believe that, just based on my observation in the area I'm in, that most of my customers are likely either older teens who are in college, university, in downtown campuses, or they're in the business world and likely to not remain down there once they retire. So I'm thinking my audience is probably mid-teen to retirement age 65. So what I'm going to do is from the age brackets, I'm going to hold down my control on a PC or a command on a Mac and select all the age brackets that I think apply to my particular target audience. Once I've done that, I move on to household income. And again, I'm in an urban downtown financial district. So I believe household income is pretty solid, and I am going to select all income brackets over $100,000. Next, education level. Again, probably higher educated people, just given that they work in the financial district. So I am going to select bachelor's degrees and above. Ethnicity is pretty much across the board, broad spectrum. So I'm not going to narrow myself down in that regard. And again, same with religious affiliation. Next, I have the option to select whether these statistics are audited. This would generally apply to bigger businesses that have had research or consulting studies done on their businesses, and they actually have statistics that have been provided. And if they do, it would be great to click that these statistics are audited because it would give a buyer a greater sense that these bits of data were not just made up, that they do actually come from some legitimate source. But in this case, I'm a small operator. I don't have the numbers audited, so I'm not going to select that box. Lastly, special considerations. This is about buyer and category restrictions. And this is for legitimate reasons, businesses or people that you don't want advertising on your product. Often this is either alcohol, tobacco, adult entertainment, things like that. But it can also apply to religious advertising, political advertising. You don't want businesses that are of ill repute or in bad standing, or certainly you don't want anything that's illegal advertising on your product. So this is your chance to specifically list here who you don't want advertising, so that should somebody who falls into those categories actually purchase your media, you can actually turn it down at the end of the transaction. So what I'm going to do in the interest of saving time here, I've just cut and paste my list. And you'll see here I've got political, religious, adult entertainment, tobacco, alcohol, gambling, etc., etc. And the list can go on, but this is really your chance to list legitimate reasons why you would not want certain businesses or people advertising on your product. And once you've done that, you can save this step and go on to step 3, which is the final step.